Stampers, welcome to the May video. This month I have a cute little springtime card with a cute little springtime bird, and it is a half diamond fold. So the paper actually folds out like this to reveal the message on the inside of the card. And then you've got your embossed sentiment here. But what's special about this month is it's a brand new set of course, from Rosalind Solomon, the Nesting Birds. But this month I have another digital paper. This time it is with a delicious paper that I've created using my jelly plate. Jelly plates have become very popular lately, and I've just been having so much fun with mine and creating all kinds of fun papers and using them in all different kinds of ways. And one of those ways that I've wanted to use them is creating digital papers. So it is something new online this month. We have a set of 12 digital papers. They're all a fern print, but they're all a little bit different. Some of them might have music in the background, some of them might have some dictionary print, and then some of them are digitized with different textures on them. So a lot of fun, check that out, but this is the paper that's going to be in your kit this month. You'll also be getting the stamp set, of course. This is the Nesting Bird from Rosalind Solomon. And then you will be getting two powders, one embossing powder. This is the Venus Violet, and then you're going to get a glitter which is Lavender Iris. So let's go learn how to make the half diamond fold, and we'll get started. Okay, so here is a closer look at the card. Again, it's a half diamond fold, so it opens up like that, and then you reveal your message there. So the card doesn't open this way, and then your sentiment is down there as well. So just a fun card using these luscious papers. Look at how pretty and springy that is. I had so much fun creating that. If you're new to the digital papers, what it is you're going to receive a JPEG file, and all you have to do is open up the file and print it. You can size it if you wanted it smaller, but they're 8 by 10 papers, so they're perfect for your card making, and you can print them out any size that you want on your printer and use them for a variety of things. And in your kit, I'm going to go ahead and print you out the whole 8.5 by 11 sheet, and then you're going to cut it down, and then you'll have a strip left over. So you can use that strip for a variety of things, other projects, or here I decorated the side of my envelope to go with the card. So it just makes a nice decoration on the front. So let's get started with the card. We're using the labels die this time in the kit, and sometimes when you get the dies, they leave marks around the edges from the dies, and I just wanted to share with you, I just take a nail file and I just go around the edge and kind of sand off those dirty edges if they're too bad. So that's just an easy, quick fix on how to get rid of some of those dirty spots. And then we're going to, again, use the Nesting Bird from Rosalind Solomon, and we're going to use the main image, of course. And I am using the Memento Espresso Truffle, and what you're going to do is the image will not fit entirely on this panel. So how you're going to line it up is when you're looking at the top of the stamp, this side is the green part, and we're just going to hit that right on the edge of the card. And the bottom of the stamp is going to be down at the bottom of the image. So we're going to line it up more towards the one edge and at the bottom, and then stamp down, and there you have your birds in. And you can go ahead and color him in whatever fashion that you'd like. I went ahead and did Copics with mine, of course, and I will give you the colors of what I used. Then you're going to go ahead with the magic of camera. I've got mine already colored. We're going to stamp and emboss the sentiment Chirpy Hello up here in the corner. And I just want to say a big welcome to all the new Technique Club members. We've had several new Technique Club members the last couple of months, and I just want to say thank you. If you're new to embossing, I just want to give you a quick lesson here. We're going to emboss the sentiment up here. Your first step is always going to be to use the static free bag. Wipe that across your cardstock because that's going to break any static electricity that is on your card, and so you don't get stray pieces of embossing powder. Then you're going to use Versamark. This is Versamark Dazzle. You can use Versamark Dazzle, you can just use plain Versamark. But what you're going to do is not smush your stamp into the Versamark, just tap it a couple of times so that you get the raised portion of the stamp good and inked. If you smush it down into your pad, you get ink all around in the letters and on the edge of the stamp, and it just doesn't make for a nice, clean, crisp image when you stamp it. So now we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment right down in the top in the center and go straight down and pull it up. Again, you don't want to smush it, because if you smush the stamp into the cardstock, you're going to widen the lines and not keep the crisp details of the stamp. Then we're going to use the Venus Violet embossing powder. This is an opaque embossing powder, so it just goes on top nice and clean. So we're going to go ahead and heat that now. Embossing powders need to be heated. You need a heat gun for that. So what you're going to do is when you turn on your heat gun, you're going to hold the heat gun about an inch away and hold it in one spot until you start to see your embossing powder melt. Once you start to see that powder melt, you can just go ahead and walk the heat gun around your image until you see it all melt. It's just that simple. And then when you're done, don't overheat it. You don't want to melt your embossing powder down into the cardstock. You just want to leave that nice raised embossed image. So there we have our main panel. Now I also distressed the edges a little bit. I'm using the Lulu Lavender and a sponge dauber, and you're going to go ahead and just daub around the edges, and that's just going to tie it into the front of the card a little bit. And it's going to soften that bright white edge. Okay, so there is the image panel, and then you're going to adhere it to the bigger purple paper, but it's going to go in the opposite direction. So here the round is on the top, here the point is on the top. I have used dimensional tape, the 3L Scrapbook Adhesives Dimensionals. These are just really nice sticky dimensionals or adhesives. So those work great for your card making. Okay, and that's going down in the middle of the that paper. And you can just see the softness that it just blends with doing your edges like that. Okay, so now this is ready to go on your card front. So let's go to our scrapbook paper. that pretty fern print with music in the background. I just thought the music went so well with the songbird. And as you can see, I colored my bird to match the paper. I made him an indigo bunting. So you can see the darker blues in him. So if you want to, Google an indigo bunting and you'll see the pattern of the coloring on the bird. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your patterned paper and you're going to cut it to 7 7/8 inch square. So each side is going to be 7 7/8. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half, patterned side in. And you want to make sure you get the edges really good and close. And you want to make sure those folds are folded really nice. Then you're going to open it and fold it the other way in half. Okay. Now what you're going to do is when you open it, you're going to decide what corner is going to be up in the top corner where your piece is. On mine, I had a little bit of music showing through, and I wanted to see the music, and I wanted to make sure it was going the correct way. On this particular one, the way I cut it, I can see just a little bit of music, so it's not as important, or I've got more music up here, and it's going the right way. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do it that way. And what you're going to do then, this is going to be the back panel. It's not going to be folded. You're going to take this corner and pull it up, and you're going to fold your paper in a in a triangle this way. Okay, and again, make sure your papers are lined up well, and then crease it well. And then you're going to want a mountain peak here. So I'm going to fold it back the other way. And then unfold it again. Here's my corner. And I'm going to fold this in and this one in, and it kind of just folds automatically. You're just going to push those two other corners in, line up your corner up here, hold that down flat, and then just go ahead and press that flat. So now you've got a square. And then you're just going to simply take this front flap and then fold it back. And here you've created your paper. Okay, so now your paper should open up like that. Okay, and we are going to layer this on the purple panel that is in your kit, and this is cut just slightly larger. I used the 1/4 inch Tear-ific tape on the back, and we're going to go ahead and stick this down. Okay, and then this piece is going to go on the blue cardstock, and we are going to stamp and emboss the other sentiment down here. And this is the nature gives to every season a beauty of its own, and the little stalk of the flower. And I have lined them up on my block, and I want to stamp these before I put this panel down because I don't want it to get heated by the heat gun. And I also want to leave it here though until I stamp, so I can see exactly where I need to stamp it. So again, we're going to start with the static bag and just rub that cardstock, and then you're going to use the Versamark ink again, and you're going to tap, 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 not smush, and then you're going to go ahead and stamp straight down on your cardstock, firmly, but not smush it. And then we're going to go ahead and cover it again with the Venus Violet. And then heat that. Okay, so this is going to go on the card front then, so that the corner opens down like that. And I went ahead and I put the Tear-ific Tape ahead on the back to make it easier. And then we're just going to go ahead and position that on your card front. And I did trim a little bit off of the edge here too, so it fit a little bit nicer. And then our main image panel is going here, and when you adhere this panel down, you want to make sure you only put it on this one triangle flap. So I only put the tape on just that half. If you did the whole thing, you'd tape your card shut, and you don't want to do that. And then that goes down in the middle. Okay, so it's only opening there. And then on the inside here, you're going to go ahead, I'll give you the finished one. You're going to go ahead and stamp and sponge around the edges here, and stamp your single flower here. And then your card is finished, except for the little bling. Can't forget bling. So, in your kit, you get a small bottle of the Lavender Iris. What we're going to do is use the Quickie Glue Pen. You got one in your kit a couple of months ago. You're just going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue to these flowers. And I, of course, colored my flowers purple. And then down here, I added some glitter, and you can just color right over the embossing powder. And then we're just going to go ahead and cover it with the glitter. And then on your one that's on the inside, you're going to sparkle it as well. And then there's your card with the extra piece then made into the envelope. So it just makes a very nice springtimey card. So hope you enjoyed that. There you go. Hope you enjoyed this month's video kit. Again, if you want to add the digital paper onto your kit, you can do so, and you'll receive the discount on that as well. But you will receive your paper in your kit. So happy stamping, and I will see you again next month. Bye-bye.